connection. And like, I think that the whole pandemic, I think that was what threw off, well, a lot of stuff, but the part that you can realize people deal with, like, not only depression and anxiety, but the lack of connecting with others. You just realize without human contact and talking to people, how much our world, our life, like, changed drastically. I literally told my brother, like, solitary confinement is no joke. I never been in it, but like, if they shut us down and put me in a hole, yeah, I can see how, like, that's what people, yeah, I can see why people banging their head against the wall, bro. I'm like, you never thought that. Like, you see it in movies or whatever, but I like how as human beings, as people, we need that, you know what I mean? And in relationships and personally, we need that, you know what I mean? Like, that.
I think one thing that's cool too about you know, the guys or us, and well, when I say us, I mean us and our families. It's like it could have went either way with this whole lockdown stuff, right? With the whole pandemic. You have like domestic violence that went up. You had suicides that went up. I'm talking like tenfold, right? You had burglaries and all stuff. Assaults went up, but we stayed level and we got better. You know what I mean? In the middle of a pandemic. So like, you know, that's like salute. You know what I mean? Like, like there's a lot of things that could have went the wrong way with this whole lockdown scenario. Like Les said, solitary confinement is no joke. You know, like the fact that, you know, we're on Zoom with our sanity is pretty cool.
Dude, I'm on an island. I don't know anybody. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, I know some people, but you know, it's just like acquaintance and stuff like that, right? So, no, I look forward to this because, like sometimes, like when I go play ball and I don't want to go play ball, my wife would be like, "Go play ball," you know, so you can go meet some people. And then in my head, I'm like, I'm out of that stage already. Like, I don't care if I don't meet people because I already know who's in my circle. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys are in my circle, and I know we do something like this, and that keeps me sane. If we didn't have this, and I, you know, if I didn't have this, like if I didn't have you guys, I'll be going insane because I'm on an island. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody here that I know, right? Like everyone here is like, you know, Maui is just like an upgraded version, 10,000 times better version of Central California. No, real talk. People here, like, they grow up here, right? Families here, parents here. So the comfort here of family is here. That's why people don't want to leave, because the family, right? And that's understandable. That's fine. And plus it's harder for them to leave because they're literally on the island. They got to fly out. But everyone knows everyone, right? There's only like 4 or 5, I don't know how many high schools. I'm guessing no more than a dozen. So everyone knows everybody, right? It's just a better version because it's Hawaii. So, so when I get around other people, and they're on, like, even when I go play ball, everyone's on their clique. Oh, this group graduated with these guys. They're over here talking. This group used to be the football players. They're over here talking. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm just playing ball. You know, and I'm on my own business. Back in the day, that would have probably bothered me, but now, since I'm being at 40, it doesn't bother me no more because I do things like this, right? Like I still communicate with my circle, which is you guys, just not right in front of me, but like, you know, through technology. So, but yeah, if I didn't have this, I could see for sure how people can get depressed and, you know.
Hey, Dre,
Dre's for you, Dre.
Say what?
You understand? Like, often?
For you, Dre. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah. Hey, you know what? Let me see. I got one right here. Look, I got my
Gotta be handy with the steel if you know.
Let me know if you remember this song. Let's see if you guys hear it because it come out the same speaker. All right. Can you hear that?
Yeah. A Dub C? Was that
way back. Just clowning.
Yeah. I used to have that in my Nissan Sentra, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I remember. It came on randomly, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta get that one." That was, and then after obviously I went down the wormhole, right? And then remember J.A.I.L felony?
What? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, the crazy thing is, like, when I listen to music like this, my son's like, "What's that? That's not good." I was like, "What do you mean it's not good?" Man, you need to start listening to stuff like this. This keeps you strong.
My mic still shot?
That's way better. Now it's way better.
Yeah.
Back to normal.
Yeah. Nah, all those songs are classic, man. In my house, my kids already know. I'll tell Malia, regulators. She'll yell, bound up. That's right.
That's dope.
Goodness.
No, but I was gonna say, Jay, on your thing is like, I can see what you're saying. Definitely at 40, we got different perspectives, but possibly too. I said I wasn't trying to double down, but even working from home, right? Because like you don't have that coworker interaction no more as much, right? Because you spend more. I mean, obviously we would trade that with our kids any day, but you don't get that as much. You don't get that right from working from home at all. Well, I guess online still though. 'Cause I imagine you still hit people up. I see you do a lot of like your video. So I guess you still have that interaction, but not the physical interaction, right?
Yeah, it's not like my I don't socialize as much anymore because I work from home now. So, but it isn't honestly, man. Like, I don't know if it gets to me at times. I think it just gets to me because of the whole my boys going to school and the whole virtual learning thing is it can get frustrating, but it's more of that because I don't really think about like, oh, I'm not socializing with people. I'm not socializing because like I'm comfortable with who's in my zone, like who's in my circle. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not like, I don't know, growing up, I think a lot of people was more like, oh, I need more friends. I need to be in a bigger city. I need that popularity. I need this. I need that, right? Because they see that on TV. As you get older, you don't. You just need like a handful of people and you're good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just need a handful of people that know you, and you're good. And yeah, so.
No, you're right. I mean, as you get older, that's all you like. Give me my 5, you got your 5. Let's run it back. That's all that's it. You don't need like the big circle or whatever. I mean, you make a lot of acquaintances with your kids and friends and people, but you just need to have that solid, the solid few that got your back no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool meeting new people. Don't get me wrong. Like I met a dude yesterday. He's a cook. He hit me up on Instagram because he's trying to trade, and he's a cook here. So he just hit me up and he was like, "Hey, he wanted to like make dinner for my wife and I." Right, he wanted me to come over and make. I was like, first of all, I don't know you. I can't just come over to your house like that. But he's a cool guy, right? So then, but he works at Whole Foods and he invited me to, he was like, hey, just come through Whole Foods. I got some bread for you. And I thought it was like a loaf of bread, right? But he's a cook, so he actually made like a nice fancy bread with like garlic bread. It's like garlic bread, European type of themed bread, right? So he made that for me, just to meet me because of my trading. But that whole interaction of meeting someone new, like that was cool. You know what I'm saying? That was cool. And I appreciated that. Like I wasn't looking for it, but it was cool. It's still cool to meet people and talk to new people and stuff like that. But it's not on my priority list to find, people. I guess that's kind of weird to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then Dre, I think when you move to Arizona, that's you might go through something like that too a little bit. Like, I don't know if you know anybody over there or if you have a group of people over there, but yeah. So like, well, I mean, if you go into working, that would help out. But like me, like I don't go into work like you said, Les. Like I work from home, so.
I was looking at like, and it's funny you mentioned that because I was like, okay, top priorities. like meeting other people is still ain't on my list. Like all the things we gotta do to get to Arizona, meeting other people, it's not even in the vicinity. It's not even on the block. But when we went over there a while back. We saw some people, and we noticed that a lot of people were like really friendly. Like out here, back in the day when you say hi to someone, they say hi back. Like so out here where I live at currently, it's not like that. Like you say hi to somebody, they think you're crazy and just drive off, or like they'll like just keep walking. Like my neighbors, I was parking my truck, and I was back in there, just looking at me like I was like I had a booger on my face or something. They're just like who's this guy? I'm like, dude, I live right below you. Like what's going on here? And we go to Arizona. People walking down the street. I'm like, hey, how's it going? And they'll stop and have a conversation, like full on conversation. I couldn't get, let's say, 30 feet without having two conversations with a couple people.
Yeah.
It was night and day. And I appreciate the interaction, but like you guys said, it's not needed. We still got to do what we got to do regardless. And like, as long as the circle's tight, it's all good. But it is cool to be able to walk outside and be like, hey neighbor, like, how's it going? Yeah. And they know who you are. Yeah. So, yeah, it is important, but not that important at all.
I think the having the mask on, like, the mask is kind of like the norm now. Before, you used to give someone a little smirk, a little smile, and you give out that vibe like, oh, it's okay to talk to me, it's okay, I'm friendly. Now everyone has a mask on. Your first reaction is I don't know this person. You automatically get defensive. You don't know that person. That person could be smiling at you, but you don't see it. So everyone is already defensive these days because of masks. And if you're strict, like California strict, I think everyone's is going to continue to be defensive if, with the whole mask thing. And because Hawaii is kind of like the same thing.
It kind of made me like react though. Like after like whenever I see people, I actually like raise my hand.
Yeah.
Before I'd be like, no, how's it going? Versus like now it's like, hey, how you doing? Hey,
same here. I used to just smile, but now after a while I realized, oh, they can't see my smile. So now I walk around, I just give them the shotgun, like, and oh, hey, brother, like, yeah. If I smile, they look at me and I'm like, oh, these fools probably don't know. They don't know me, and I'm trying to smile at them, but they don't see my smile, so they're defensive. But some sort of hand signal now, that's like the new norm now. Wherever you go, you got. I'm cool.
And I just think like everybody. I don't know if it's the mask. I don't know if it was the election. I think it was a little bit of the election. Like, so I was telling some people at work today, but like everyone's still trying to like not stereotype, but like stigmatize people. Like like. Ladies at work were like, yeah, I went to Target and like I asked them to walk me to my car. I'm like, what happened? I didn't feel comfortable. I'm like, did you see something? She's like, nah, just anything can happen. I'm like, you always been that way? Nah, not really, just recently. I'm just like, what? So they were weird. Just like, I was like, so like, not that. I always been safe. I don't let nobody run up on me. That's been for 39 years of my life. like that ain't happening. But I think everyone's like still very like. I know at work, I we're talking about it like on the edge. Like I was like the lady was like, well, there's a guy wearing a mask and it said Trump on it. I'm like, okay. And then she's like, Trump. Then I'm like, yeah, just because he had a Trump mask don't mean he's racist. That's what you're trying to say. And she's like, well, more than likely. I'm like, okay, let's take out the Trump mask. What if he was black? More than likely. She's like, it's not like that. I go, no, I'm not trying to be like that, but I'm just saying like you could substitute many things. Like maybe if they did something, but like you can't like people are not like they're judging people with masks or not masks.
Yeah.
If you got a flag on, if you don't, if it said Trump, it said Black Lives Matter, I'm like, hey, like you still gotta live. Like, don't get so caught up. Like, you need to stop watching CNN.
No, it's crazy.
We're laughing today because I was telling them like Tiger Woods crashed, and they're like, yeah. And CNN said he died. They're like, what? I'm like, no, that's how CNN is. They say he died. He ain't died. like it depends on like what you listen to and like really like embed in your brain. But like a lot of people at work are like, nah, I just kind of see people differently. Mass, politics, the world is just different. I'm just like, it's kind of crazy. It's just.
If you look back speaking of 2006 or 2009, that Lil Jon album, when he has like the Confederate flag, he's like this.
Mm-hmm.
that wouldn't fly nowadays. He's black, we're a Confederate flag, right? You look at Outkast back then, they had an album where Andre 3000 had the Confederate flag around his body. And like, he's black, Confederate flag, right? But they're from the South. It's their history.
Mm.
You know, but you look at it nowadays, it's like, what are they racist now? Like
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, it's like you said, you Trump mask, but what if he was black? You know, like, or Trump mask, did he do anything? You know, like society, like you said, it's just different. It's just crazy. But
they're just trying to.
Years ago, you know, like blacks had Confederate flags on the album covers.
Yeah.
Going platinum.
Yeah.
Because nobody cared about it, you know, like.
Like back in the day when Chris Rock said, like when they were rapping, he was like, that girl's dancing to that song and they talking about all them girls. Like, they ain't talking about me. Got nice me. But now everybody's like, they watch everything, like everything. I think I was saying, like, you kind of overanalyze it. Like, you got to live a little. Like, it's going to be okay. But geez, their own.
So social media kind of, I was saying, like social media kind of asks you to fire too. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's on social media. So it like, you know, whatever you see on CNN, it just escalates more on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, especially TikTok.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you can see that, but that album cover.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the one with Andre 3000, I forgot what album it was, but or what cover it was, but it's the same thing, you know. But that was the East Side Boys. When would that come out? Like 2006, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't that long ago. Like, you know what I mean? That wasn't that long ago. That was B.I. What else was on that album? Like what? Like whatever. Like we're platinum. No cancel culture. It's just crazy.
I'm bumping the chronic over here. I'm bumping the chronic over here. Medicinal. It's all right.
I noticed that too. We gotta clarify when we talk sometimes. Even when if we're doing like we're doing this when we say something, and in the back of our mind we might think, man, we might offend somebody. So we'll clarify. I see on TV a lot. People clarify statements that in any other circumstance would be considered normal.
Yeah. Hey, they will take something you say and chop it, edit up, and tear you up to pieces.
Right.
You're like, I don't think he meant that, but it definitely. I can definitely see how y'all cut it up like that. Like, that's crazy.
What does it say about society that receives that? You know, that takes it like that. Like that. Yeah. I mean, it's like they don't dig deeper. Like you got to dig that much deeper to see what the statement really was. Like a lot of times it'll be a statement, and like you said, it'll be chopped up. It's a quick Google search to see the whole speech or whatever the case is. And nobody does that.
Nah, no one does it. Oh, because everybody wants to listen nowadays to like whatever fits your agenda. At least that's what I kind of take it. Like, I found this. Oh, because it fits your agenda, you found something like they're not interested in the other perspective, which
www.imright.com.
Yeah, like I literally at work sometimes I take the other side just to be like argumentative. I'm like, okay, I can take your side, but let's take this other.
Let's what you gotta say about this part.
Let's take the teacher's point of view. I'm gonna take the student point of view. Like maybe you
all the time.
They're like, you like to argue. I'm like, well, I hate yes men. I hate people that just say yes. I'm like, come on,
man. Yes, man.
Yeah, I tell them producers and consumers. We got people that just consume. Like they don't produce no thoughts, no nothing. They just hear for like take. Oh man. Hey, but my pops is rolling up, man. So I'm about to check on him real quick.